Our next presenter is Mish Morgenstern. She's an Australian, my friends. She's from Western Australia. She's an inspirational speaker, a writer, photographer, and an eternal optimist who loves to do transformational work set in the outdoors. In late 2013, she founded the Happier Outside movement, now a business and a vibrant community with active participants from over 30 countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Chile, Thailand, India, and Norway. Mish will speak tonight about the one simple thing we can all do to improve our lives and be happier. Mish, please.
Glad I wore my heels. I can match Stephen. Maggie, I'm ready. What a spectacular sunset we had tonight. I don't know how many people saw it on their way here. My name is Mish Morgenstern, and I am both grateful and inspired to be here tonight amongst the company of other speakers that we have. Artists, writers, community organizers, and inspirational people. People of the sea and custodians of our history and culture. I'm also really grateful to you. You could be at home right now, snuggling with your cat and watching House of Cards, but you're here. And the great thing about that is that we're all part of a vibrant community, both local and global, of people who are really interested in each other and who draw inspiration from each other. I have one simple message for you all tonight, and that is, spend time outside every day. If you walk out of here with one message from my talk tonight, I hope that that's it. Why? Because I want you to be happier. I want you to live longer. I want you to have more fun and less stress in your life. I want you to feel more connected to nature and your community. I want you to be healthier. And spending time in nature can help you do all of these things. So what does it mean to be happier? Well, I was watching a TEDx talk by Mathieu Ricard, who is a Buddhist monk, and he said a lot of people, French philosophers and academics, come up to him and they say, "Why do you talk about this dirty word of happiness?" You know, as if it's bad to seek, happiness in your life. To me, a happy life has in it meaning, it has purpose, it has connection to self, your loved ones, your community, the greater world, nature. It also has joy. It has silliness and elation. And being happier outside makes us even richer. Think back to your childhood. My bet is you spent a lot more time in nature as a child. I know I did. I spent every spare minute at the beach as a kid, in free play and in a state of flow. You just went outside and played. That's really all there was to it. Now think back to your teen years and maybe your young adult years, probably more structured, a little more sport perhaps. Maybe you did a wilderness trip or traveled the world as I did. I know my memory of that time is I had a lot more time to lie in the sun than I do now. Fast track to now. My hope is that you do spend a lot of time in the outdoors. My hope is that by living in Maine, you're able to, and that you have a connection to nature in your life. But probably, like most of the people I know, life just gets in the way, right? It feels like there are a lot of barriers to spending time outside in our lives. There's time, there's planning, there's, do I have the right gear? There's lack of inspiration. What am I going to do outside today? There's, you need it to have perfect weather. You want to coordinate with your friends. And some people have a very real fear of being outside. So time spent outside gets sidelined. But there are other barriers. We are barraged with images from the media of perfect people in perfect places, wearing perfect clothing, and using expensive gear. So we feel that we need to be stronger, more capable, more curious. And when we don't feel up to that, we default and stay inside. I have a great example. Just on Wednesday of this week, I'd spent all day creating a launch for a Kickstarter campaign that I'm doing. about 5 o'clock, my kids were crawling up the walls. It was snow day. And my partner Sam came in and said, "Get outside." Me. He's telling me to get outside. I did, and I felt a lot better. We need a daily dose of nature in our lives for its inspiration, for its lessons, for a connection to something bigger than ourselves. We need the vitamin D. We need the fresh air. We need to hear the sounds of the world around us, in the ice cracking, in the birds. There's plenty of writing and research to support what I'm telling you. Writers from Audubon to Emerson to Edward Abbey have been telling us the power of wilderness and nature. Scientists like E.O. Wilson speak about an instinctive bond between humans and nature. And more recently, science has tackled this question head on, like Jay Nichols, who's has written this book and is doing research about how powerful water is on our neurological pathways. We have long subjectively measured the effect of nature on us. Many people report feeling better by spending time in nature. There's a Greater Good lab at UC Berkeley that's studying awe, and they've found that as little as 10 minutes in nature can have a positive effect. On the spiritual end of things, another TEDx talk that I watched recently was Andy Puddicombe. He's a mindfulness researcher, and he found that 10 minutes of mindfulness, doing nothing, not texting, not eating, just doing nothing, can increase your immune system, your positive affect, and your focus, and decrease your anxiety. Imagine doing that in the outdoors. So I leave you with the challenge. For the next 30 days, the month of March, spend 15 minutes outside every day. Ways you can do this: you can take your morning coffee outside or your evening cocktail. You could walk the block with a friend or 100 friends. You could go to the beach. You could feed some birds. Small changes in your daily routine become habits and become rituals. And that's the true basis of behavioral change. So my hope by closing, by doing this challenge, is that you will improve your world, you'll be happier, you'll connect with your community and yourself and nature, and that you'll feel the shift within you that I like to call being happier outside. Thanks, everyone.